Because a lot of you have decided to get pregnant and stay in the UAE, we're going to teach you how you need to survive if you're pregnant. Hi, my name is Z, and on this platform of the UCU, we're here to teach you how to survive, live, and be nice in a host country of UAE. Now, yes, we do know that there are ways of living in the UAE with your family, especially if you are married. Also, if you're not married but decides to have a kid in the UAE, you can still be here and you will survive without any issues. Now, we are here to speak about what you need to do, how you need to do, and the best way to go on all this. If you decide to get pregnant, there are only two ways you can get your child birth certificate. One is you being married. That means your marital status will be married, okay? And two, you can get a birth certificate for your child through the courts declaring yourself as a single mother. Yes, you can. Why am I talking about the birth certificate? Because without the birth certificate, your child is going to be, yes, known to the country. They will notify the government, but they will not give any information about that child if you do not have a birth certificate for that baby. So to get a birth certificate in the UAE, you need to have a marriage certificate. That is one. Does it need to be fully attested? No. You only need it to be fully attested if you are planning to put your baby on your visa. If one of you is a resident and is willing to sponsor the child, then you need to attest your marriage certificate. You don't need it, then no worries. You can just present the marriage certificate that is not attested for you to just get a birth certificate for your child. The other way is for you to apply for a single motherhood in courts. Mind you, it is in courts. So whether you gave birth to your baby and you want to declare yourself a single mother, you have to go to court and apply. The process and procedures will go as any other person. So there will be money and time involved. Okay. The best option is marriage certificate. How do you get it? Get married. Get married. That's the only way out. When you are done getting your birth certificate for the baby, you have to get a travel document or a passport for that child. Let's talk about a situation when you just want your baby to go home and not put that child on your visa. You still can get a passport through your embassy. You just go to the Ugandan embassy or consulate and apply for the passport for that baby. You need the birth certificate, you need the parents' national IDs, and then just go online and apply a passport through your embassy. You just go to the Ugandan embassy or consulate and apply for the passport for that baby. You need the birth certificate, you need the parents' national IDs, and then just go online and apply through the Ugandan embassy of the UAE. Then you get appointment, you take your child, you take pictures, and they will give your child a passport. That is if you have a marriage certificate and a birth certificate already. If you do not have a birth certificate, you already know you cannot proceed with getting that baby a passport. Okay, so you better look for that marriage certificate and you get that baby's birth certificate. That's one way. Another way is please, once you get that baby's certificate and the marriage certificate, you can just go to the embassy, get the passport, get yourself a visa, and that baby will be legally staying here. So you have a grace period of 3 months before that child goes in overstay. I hope you've heard that right. 3 months. Beyond the 3 months, your baby will be in overstay and it's going to become as hard as hell to get that baby's documents and exit. Do you really want your child to be on your visa? That means you need to be a resident with salary above 4,000, and also if you are a partner on a partner visa, you need to have money ready because they're going to ask for a security deposit of 3,500 for you to sponsor your child. Okay, so this is between you and that person, which is your partner or your spouse, decision to make. So all those things that I've been saying is when you are married or if you and your partner are Ugandans. What if your partner is not a Ugandan? Then that is where the dancing comes in. You have to get a marriage certificate still. If the baby daddy is not a Ugandan, you already know that that child should be on the father's side. The father has to get that baby the passport. So with that, discuss with your partner about passport and issuing visa and all that. If you don't want, you can declare yourself a single mother, you know. It is what it is, what to do. Nothing to do. But please, when you're in overstay, your child can still go outside minus you leaving the country. You will just write a consent letter with the birth certificate for the baby and send it to the person who is going to take the baby home. Yes, the baby will be accepted to leave the country and you can stay if it's your choice. If you do not want, both of you can get an out pass. Both of you can get an out pass and you leave the country and you forget about coming back because that's a decision you made. Yeah, you are in overstay with choice or without choice. You decided to get pregnant and there's nothing we can do about it. Please, please give these children their rights and choices. You staying in this country with those babies and they're not going to school, they're not getting proper education, proper medication, you are traumatizing your children. Take them back home if you cannot maintain them in the UAE. So that is it. Anything else you will give us under the comment sections, we will be able to answer your questions.